Good morning, welcome to Up with KREM. It is 6 o'clock now. I'm Nicole Fernandez. We want to get straight to our weather with meteorologist Thomas Patrick because Thomas, it's a little bit chilly outside. Is all the snow that we saw yesterday going to be melted?
So as of this morning, it's actually frozen over, and I do think that some streets are featuring a lot of ice and slippery conditions. Noted that on my own drive to work today, is that it is slippery because of yesterday's precipitation. Now, things will once again get better by this afternoon. We're also still tracking a little bit of light snow and light rain for the day today. Rather large storm system well off the coast of Washington, but it's throwing a few of these, well, we'll call them precipitation bands. You can almost see these streaks of snow and rain just coming in one at a time and passing through central Washington. So a lot of the eastern Cascade slopes through areas like Moses Lake, Cooley City, as well as Omak have seen either light rain or light snow this morning, depending on the temperature. Meanwhile, in Spokane, dry at the moment, but again, could be a little bit slippery or icy, though our temperatures are already starting to increase as we're at 33 degrees with a bit of a brisk wind, 15 miles per hour out of the east-northeast, and northeast wind can be a cold wind for the region.
Spokane will be swearing in its newest mayor later this afternoon. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live from City Hall right now. So Brandon, what details should we know as Lisa Brown prepares to take office?
Yeah, good morning, Nicole. Well, that swearing-in ceremony will take place just a short walk from City Hall over at the downtown library. That's scheduled to begin later this evening around 5:30 p.m. And of course, this is the official start to Lisa Brown's chapter here at City Hall, which actually begins in 5 days after this swearing-in ceremony. So back in November, that's when Lisa Brown won that election in what turned out to be a highly contested race. She defeated current Mayor Nadine Woodward by 2,853 votes. As Brown prepares for office, she's already announced 5 transitional committees to help navigate her top priorities. That includes public safety, criminal justice, health and housing options, the regional economy, and the city's budget and sustainability.
I want this to be everything from we need to do this now, very action oriented, to here's where we're headed.
Another task to be addressed as Brown enters office will be finding a replacement for Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidel, who announced his resignation a month ago. Brown says she'll be conducting a national search to find his replacement. And again, as for that swearing-in ceremony, that'll begin around 5:30 p.m. at the downtown library. And of course, the Spokane Public Library's YouTube channel will be streaming this event live on their channel as well. But for now, reporting live in downtown Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
So our current mayor, Nadine Woodward, posted a message online yesterday thanking the city for the opportunity to serve as mayor. Take a listen.
Now, Spokane is transitioning, and with change comes uneasiness. My focus these past few weeks has been on doing my part to make the transition as smooth as possible for the 2,400 employees who deliver city services at a high level each and every day.
Mayor Woodward also listed some of the challenges the city and the country faced during her 4-year term, including the COVID pandemic, homelessness, and housing. She said serving as mayor was the honor of a lifetime. She has not, though, shared what she's planning to do next. Almost 40 years after he killed Ruby Doss, a judge found Richard Aguirre guilty of first-degree murder. The judge said prosecutors proved he killed the 27-year-old Ruby Doss on January 30th of 1986. Aguirre sat trial for this same case back in 2021, but that one ended as a mistrial. So KREM 2 was in the courtroom yesterday when the judge read his verdict.
The court finds Mr. Aguirre guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree as charged in count 1.
Aguirre was escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs. KREM 2 was able to talk to his defense about the decision.
I believe in Mr. Aguirre's innocence, and we will continue to fight for that. His family has invested 8 years defending him.
Aguirre's defense attorney says she is now looking into appealing this decision. We also tried to talk to the prosecutors, but they left the courtroom as soon as the judge read the verdict. Aguirre's sentencing is now set for February 5th at 8:30 in the morning. And KREM 2's Nathan Hyun is now looking into the timeline of this decades-old case.
In KREM's mission to bring viewers more to every story, let's walk through now the key moments in the case that brought us to today. Before heading to the courthouse this afternoon, I put together a timeline of what's happened. Ruby Doss's body was near the Old Spokane Playfair horse track in 1986. For decades, investigators could not find a suspect in her death. That was until 2015 when investigators say a forensic scientist matched DNA on a condom found near the body of Ruby Doss to Richard Aguirre. 1 year later, in 2016, Aguirre was then charged with the 27-year-old's murder, but because of a lack of evidence, the charges were dropped in 2017. Aguirre would have been 19 years old at the time of Doss's death. Back in 1986, Aguirre was stationed at Fairchild. He was then with the Pasco Police Department from 1988 until 2014. Aguirre retired after being placed on leave from the department. Aguirre was charged with the rape in the Tri-Cities in 2014. Investigators say Doss and Aguirre had a sexual encounter that turned violent. In 2021, Aguirre first appeared in a Spokane County courtroom. Prosecutors believe they had enough evidence to convict Aguirre of first or second-degree murder. But it was declared a mistrial because the jury failed to reach a unanimous verdict.
He's disappointed, that he wasn't acquitted, but he was very happy to be driving home.
2 years later, Aguirre is in the courtroom again, this time without a jury. Aguirre waived his right to a jury trial in October. That means this time around, the judge decides if Aguirre is responsible for Doss's death. The first day of trial, one of Doss's daughter took the stand as a witness.
It's really hard, but our mother was a mother.
The second day of trial, prosecutors called former detectives who investigated the murder.
He cut around the building, and as he came past here, he noticed an individual laying on the ground.
During the month-long trial, prosecutors argued DNA from a condom found at the crime scene near the victim's body matched Aguirre's. They also argued footprints found at the scene matched Aguirre's. But Aguirre's defense claims the DNA from the condom was mishandled and cross-contaminated, and the footprints at the scene could not be accurately identified. And in closing arguments last week, prosecution stayed firm the DNA found on the condom links Aguirre to the crime.
Your Honor, the very same injuries that Mr. Aguirre described to Lawrence Cole are consistent with the exact injuries led to Miss Doss's death.
While the defense in their closing argument stated the DNA evidence is unreliable since investigators in 1986 contaminated evidence.
This is the condom bag. You cannot say for certain that Bill Morrig did not cross-contaminate this condom bag.
To give you a little bit more context, Spokane County Prosecutor Larry Haskell tried this case with Rich Whaley. Typically, Haskell is only seen on major, high-profile cases, so it speaks to how much effort has gone into this trial. In the studio, Nathan Hun, KREM 2 News.
It's 6:08 now. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. You can continue the giving season by giving blood today. The Vitalent bus will be outside the Kroc Center in Coeur d'Alene today to take blood donations. A lot of hospitals and blood banks across the U.S. have not had enough blood in the past few years, so you'll be able to donate if you want to help from 12:45 to 2:45 this afternoon. Check this out, super cute. Zoo Boise posted this picture of Akasha the tiger spending the morning rolling around in some fresh snow. She's a Siberian tiger, so she's native to the far east of Russia and northeast China, where, of course, it snows, so she is probably loving this weather. Meanwhile, in North Idaho, it's looking like the annual polar plunge will be a little bit less polar than usual. Hundreds of people typically go to take a dip in Lake Coeur d'Alene on New Year's Day. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press, though, say the water is about 35 degrees right now. It's a little above freezing. If you want to take that plunge, it does happen on Sanders Beach at noon on New Year's Day. The Washington Huskies are making their way to the Sugar Bowl. UW will face Texas in New Orleans on Monday. Yesterday, the Huskies signed some autographs, met with fans, loaded the buses, and left the University of Washington for the airport. Last year at this time, the Huskies were in San Antonio getting ready for the Alamo Bowl. The Huskies held on and won that game 27-20. Huskies head coach says his team has come a long way since that game a year ago. The Texas team has too. Whoever wins the Sugar Bowl will go on to play in the College Football Championship. And turning to Idaho, the Vandals are going to look a lot different this season after losing some of their stars to the transfer portal and to graduation. Last week during National Signing Day, head coach Jason Eck started to rebuild for 2024. He stuck with his plans to sign players from the Northwest. Of 28 signees, 19 of them are from Idaho, Washington, or Oregon.
the metro markets that are driving distance to us, which really there's only three. It's the Seattle Tacoma metro area, the Portland metro area, the Boise metro area. Again, those got to be our stalwarts, man. And again, we got to get our brand well known in those areas with the high school coaches, with the families, and again, those are three states where we really got to try to target the best players who are not Power 5 players in those states. And there's some there's opportunities there. And again, I think those have to be our home bases.
Of the 28 signees, 10 are from Washington, 2 of them right here in the Spokane area. Freshman safety Jaden Wilkinson is from East Valley High School, and freshman wide receiver Aaron Kinsey is coming out of Rogers High School.
Conditions are a bit more calm for this morning, but our temperatures very close to the freezing mark, especially between Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and portions of eastern Washington, North Idaho. You see 31 in Coeur d'Alene, 32 in Pullman, and even as cool as 27 in Colville. So due to yesterday's rain and snow and sleet, some of that water has refrozen over, so there very well could be some slippery spots or some black ice on the road. So just be cautious out there this morning. Should be a pretty calm day in Spokane. I will say there is a small chance for rain showers into the evening hours. We'll take a detailed look at Doppler radar currently and what to expect for New Year's Eve, all coming up.